Hello, fellow collectors. Welcome back to Frank M. TTM. TTM standing for Through the Mail Success Autographs. I got 2 in the box yesterday. Let's get right at it here. First in the box was a 1-for-1 in 17 days, no fee, out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We have Mr. Ron Guidry. Almost 81 tops for the set. And we have Ronald Ames Guidry, nicknamed Louisiana Lightning or Gator. Guidry was born August 28, 1950 in Lafayette, Louisiana. He's 70 years young. He was a left-handed throw-in, 4-time All-Star pitcher that played 14 seasons in the majors, 75 to 88 with the New York Yankees. He was a 1978 AL Cy Young Award winner, with a league in 25 wins and 3 losses, and a league in 1.74 ERA and 9 shutouts. He's the man they called Louisiana Lightning. He was lights out. On June 17th of 1978, he whiffed 18 Angel batters in a 9-inning game as the Yankees won 4-0, which remains a club record still today. In 1978, it led the Yankees pitching staff to their second consecutive World Series victory over the Dodgers. However, only 2 seasons before that, Ron Guidry almost considered quitting baseball for good. Guidry debuted in the majors in 1975. He made 10 appearances with 1 start with a 3.45 ERA. He made his major league debut in April under the manager Bill Verdon. And after being sent back to the minors, he was called to the majors in July. Soon after Guidry joined the Yankees, principal owner George Steinbrenner hired Billy Martin to replace Bill Verdon as manager. Guidry understood the legend of the aggressive, hot-headed Martin, and also he just did not like rookies all that much. Martin rarely spoke to the young left-hander. At the end of spring training in 1976, Guidry was sent back to the minors. New York had acquired Ken Brett and Doc Ellis along with second baseman Willie Randolph from Pittsburgh for Don Meadick. Both Brett and Ellis were starting pitchers who were out of options, which left Guidry as the odd man out. In May, New York realized that Brett was not a great fit for them and dealt him to the White Sox on May 18th. Guidry was called to take his place on May 20th. Guidry stated, "The day I was called up, Billy put me in a game. Most of the time that would be welcome news to me, but I just pitched a few nights in a row in the minor leagues. And Coxey," speaking of Bobby Cox, who was the manager of AAA Syracuse at the time, so Coxey had sent a report saying that I should have a couple of days off. Of course, Billy ignored that and threw me into the game off the bus. I just didn't have very much. He would send me out to the slaughter. I recorded 1 out and gave it 4 runs, and this was in a game against Boston." He continued, "Billy had gotten Cox's report, but he was testing me, because he didn't want me to be there. He was setting me up for failure. I didn't know exactly why, maybe because I was a rookie and he wanted a more experienced guy, but it was clear he didn't like me." Steinbrenner was also a critic of Guidry's small sample size of appearance, dissatisfied with Guidry's response to the owner's questions of when he would start showing him something. Steinbrenner said, "Guidry will never be able to pitch in this league." From there, for 47 consecutive games, Guidry sat in the Yankees bullpen and was not called into action by Martin. On July 6, he was demoted once again to Syracuse. He's feeling frustrated to spend another season in the minors and was ready to quit the game he loves so much. He balked at his demotion, packed up his car, and headed to Louisiana with his wife, Bonnie. On the drive home, Bonnie asked her husband, "Are you sure you want to give up on everything you've been working towards for the last 10 years? You never quit on anything you thought you could do in your life. Don't quit on your own. Let the Yankees tell you you're not good before you think of quitting." Guidry, of course, didn't quit. He pitched very well in Syracuse and soon returned to the Bronx in early August, appearing in just 6 relief appearances the rest of the seasons with a 3.45 ERA. He was with the Yankees full-time in 1977, making 25 starts and 31 appearances. He went 16-7 with a 2.82 ERA, and he was a mainstay in the Yankees rotation for years to come. Of course, he led the league in wins in 1978. He did the same thing in 1985, winning 22. He led also after the 78 season, he led the league in ERA again with 2.78. So he's quite a successful pitcher. For his career, it was a career 170-91 with a 3.29 ERA. He had 1,778 strikeouts and 2,391 innings pitched. It's a good thing that he didn't quit. Thank you very much, Mr. Guidry. I do appreciate it. Next in the box here, we have a 1-for-1 in 18 days and with a $5 fee out of Kansas City, Missouri. We have Mr. Joe Carter on this 1985 Topps rookie card. Here we have Joseph Chris Carter, born March 7th, 1960 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He's 60. Carter was a right-handed batting, 5-time All-Star outfielder, sometimes a first baseman that played 16 seasons in the majors, 83 to 98. Spent his first season with the Chicago Cubs. Spent a good chunk with the Cleveland Indians from 84 to 89. Spent the season with the San Diego Padres in 90. Spent a good chunk of time with the Toronto Blue Jays from 91 to 97. And so last season he was with the Baltimore Orioles and San Francisco Giants. So of course, you might best know Mr. Carter with the Blue Jays for the 1993 World Series winning walk-off home run to beat the Philadelphia Phillies. However, Joe did have much more career highlights than that. Joe had a successful career. He was a free swinging power hitter with speed. Joe, he was a 30-30 player in 1987 with the Indians, hitting 32 homers and stealing 31 bases. The first 30-30 guy for the Indians in their franchise history. He hit 20 or more home runs for 12 consecutive seasons from 86 to 97, including 6 seasons with 30-plus home runs and 10 seasons with 100-plus RBI, including 6 consecutive seasons from 1989 to 1994. He led the league in RBIs during the 86 season. His breakout season with the Indians, hitting .302 and slamming 29 home runs. One of his biggest games early in his career came on Sunday, August 12, 1984, with the Indians versus the New York Yankees at Cleveland Stadium. Joe started the 1984 season with the Cubs AAA Iowa after brief stints in the majors with the Cubs the season before, during which he did not impress that much with hitting, only hitting 176 and 52 at-bats and whiffing 21 times. Playing with Iowa through early June, he was doing well hitting. He was hitting .310 with 14 homers and 67 RBIs in 61 games. However, the first-base Cubs needed some pitching help, and on June 13 traded away Carter to the Indians with outfielder Mel Hall and minor leaguers Dan Schultz and Darrell Banks for all-star starting pitcher Rick Sutcliffe, reliever George Frazier, and catcher Ron Hasse. Sutcliffe, the main player in the deal, scoffed at the trade, stating, "It's a really bad trade for Cleveland. The Indians sent Hasse, George Frazier, and me to the Cubs, and they got Mel Hall and 3 minor leaguers in return. That's not much. It would seem that the Indians would get more than Hall, who was platoon in the outfield. I'd have thought they'd get some other regular players." Sutcliffe is wrong. The Indians did get more, and they got more in Joe Carter. In the majors for the last place Indians since being traded, Carter was hitting decent at a .278 click with 2 homers and 8 RBIs in 24 games and 17 starts. Since August 2nd, he was hot. 9 hits in his last 23 at-bats with a homer and 4 RBI. For the August 12th game versus the Yankees, manager Pat Corrali started Joe Carter in left field. Second in line against Yankees ace lefty Ron Guidry. The Indians had the ace on the mound and Bert Blyleven. It looked to be the making of a pitcher's duel, with the Indians hoping to get their first win versus the third-place Yankees in the season. The Yankees had won their first 11 games against Cleveland in 1984. Both pitchers were sailing through the first few innings as Blyleven received a little help from his left fielder, Carter. With 2 outs in the top of the second, Steve Kemp singled to left. Kemp tried to stretch the hit into a 2-bagger, but it was thrown out by Carter. In the 5th, Kemp drilled a shot to the power alley in left center field. but Carter chased it down at the track. Manager Corrales later commented, "Last year we didn't have an outfielder who would have got close to that ball. With him out there, it's like we have two center fielders." In the bottom of the fifth, Cleveland was able to put a crooked number on the scoreboard. With 2 outs, Brett Butler walked. Then Carter, 1 for 2 so far in the game with a single in the third, came to the plate. And he smashed a homer to left fielders. The Indians loaded the bases at the Carter's blast, but they were unable to score another run. 2-zip Indians. In the sixth, the Indians got singles from Brett Jacoby, Mike Fischel, and Butler to load the bases again. Yankee skipper Yogi Berra looked to be contemplating a move to the bullpen to replace the left-handed Guidry. Mike Armstrong, a right-hander who was warming up. Indians hitting coach Bobby Bonds yelled at Carter to bat before Berra changed his mind. Indeed, Berra did leave Guidry in. Carter, looking to blow the game wide open, connecting on Guidry's first pitch offering a slider, smashing into an upper deck lodge in left field. Grand slam home run, bringing the score to 6-zip. Berra was now out of the dugout, eager to make the change, and had to wait down the third baseline for Carter to come around on his grand slam trot. Guidry hit the showers as Armstrong into the game. The rest of the game was all but Blyleven, as he pitched a complete game shutout. Carter came through again with the bases loaded 2 days later versus the Yankees. In the 11th, with 1 out, score 5-all, Carter faced Yankees lefty closer Dave Righetti. Taking the first pitch for a ball, Carter then picked on Righetti's fastball and chipped to the short left field to bring home Brett Jacoby with the winning run. According to the New York Times the next day, the 24-year-old left fielder Carter, who in 2 days raised his RBI total from 8 to 15, said, "I wouldn't call myself a Yankee killer, but I do enjoy playing against them. I was just in the right spot at the right time." From there, Carter wanted to have a long career with plenty of highlights. He had a career .259 batting average with 396 home runs, 1,445 RBI, and 231 stolen bases. He was a 5-time All-Star, won the Silver Slugger Award for best hitter in his position twice, and was part of the 2 World Series championships with the Blue Jays in '92 and '93, where he hit that walk-off winner bomb. Once again, like times before, Carter was in the right spot at the right time. So, thank you very much, Mr. Carter. I do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I'm recording this on Sunday. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Well, it's okay. I'm just going to leave it there. Take care. God bless. Peace.